Robert, before we get to the reason why you're here, and we're going to spend a lot of the interview talking about it, but because of the recent news with the assassination attempt and the convention underway and the questions of whether or not Joe Biden should stay in the race, you've covered much more than just sports. You know, you and I, part of the greatest generation, our parents were just absolutely full of love for this country. And we also grew up in a time that it seems like it was just yesterday. On a July night like tonight, Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon, and we dared to dream that anything was possible. And we also were so happy to see that decade of the 60s come to an end because of the deaths of JFK, RFK, and Martin Luther King. And here we are just days removed in which a 20-year-old tried to take his thought process into the world by doing something violent, and he tried to eliminate and assassinate a former president. What's your thoughts as a human being and as a journalist on what we have witnessed here in Western Pennsylvania because of that failed assassination attempt Saturday evening in Butler? Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Rob. Great to be here. My first thought, and the thought I have still today, is it's sickening. It's awful. I never thought that this country would go back to anything similar to the late 60s, early 70s, because it was just a case of the country tearing itself apart. And here we are again in a presidential race, and it's unfathomable to me that a 20-year-old kid from Bethel Park can take a loaded rifle into a presidential rally, a political rally, climb up on the roof of a building in plain sight, and take shots at a presidential candidate. I mean, how does this happen? And I think there'll be a lot of reckoning over the next days and weeks. And as our process plays out, the thing I'm struck with most is our system is built on ballots, not bullets. And we got to somehow just stop this, not just tone it down, just stop what we're doing to each other. We're all part of the same country. And I don't know how we drive that point home.